Evelyn, a vibrant 72-year-old, found herself overwhelmed by mounting expenses. Living alone, she struggled to manage her budget while maintaining her independence. Each dollar spent seemed more significant, yet unnecessary purchases kept draining her resources. If you felt the same, unsure where your money goes, this is for you. Today, we'll uncover 10 common items you can stop buying to save money and simplify your life. These small changes made a big difference for Evelyn, and they can for you too. 1. Expensive cleaning products. Many seniors feel that brand name cleaning supplies are a must-have. Evelyn, like many of us, believed that spending more guaranteed better results. Her closet overflowed with pricey bottles, promising sparkling floors and spotless windows. But her wallet felt the strain. One day, her friend Ruth suggested trying homemade cleaning solutions. At first, Evelyn was skeptical. How could simple ingredients like vinegar and baking soda replace her trusted products? But she gave it a shot. With a little research, she discovered recipes for an all-purpose cleaner that left her counters shining and a glass cleaner that worked better than anything she'd purchased. If you're spending too much on cleaning products, it's time to consider alternatives. Start with these easy swaps. Mix equal parts of vinegar and water for a powerful all-purpose spray, or combine baking soda and water for scrubbing tough stains. Not only are these solutions effective, but they're also safer for your health and the environment. The best part? Evelyn noticed her savings almost immediately. She no longer felt burdened by endless purchases, and her home was just as clean, if not cleaner. It was a small change that made a big difference, giving her confidence to explore other ways to save. 2. Over-the-counter supplements. Walking through the pharmacy, Evelyn often felt overwhelmed. Bright labels on vitamin bottles promised better energy, stronger bones, and sharper memory. She bought them all, hoping they'd help her feel her best. But over time, the costs added up, and she began questioning if they were truly necessary. At her next doctor's appointment, Evelyn brought a bag of supplements for review. Her doctor smiled and gently explained that many of them weren't needed. With proper nutrition and a few targeted vitamins, she could cut back significantly without compromising her health. If you've been stocking up on expensive supplements, consider asking your doctor for guidance. Find out what's truly beneficial for your body and which ones may be unnecessary. Focus on eating a balanced diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These provide most of the nutrients your body needs. Evelyn's journey taught her that health doesn't have to come with a high price tag. She felt lighter knowing her choices were backed by professional advice. Now, instead of worrying about endless pills, she spends her time enjoying hobbies and connecting with friends, knowing she's taking care of herself in smarter ways. 3. Gourmet coffee pods. For years, Evelyn indulged in the convenience of single-serve coffee pods. Each morning, she'd pop one into her machine, enjoying the rich aroma as her cup brewed. But as she looked back at her receipts, she realized how much those tiny pods were costing her. Her grandson visited one weekend and casually brewed coffee using a traditional drip machine. The coffee tasted just as delicious, maybe even better. Curious, Evelyn decided to give it a try. She bought a small bag of quality ground coffee and experimented with brewing her own. If you're hooked on coffee pods, there are budget-friendly alternatives worth exploring. Consider investing in a simple coffee maker or switching to reusable pods you can fill with your favorite blend. Even instant coffee has improved in quality and is a convenient option for busy mornings. Evelyn quickly realized that brewing her coffee wasn't just about saving money. It became a ritual she genuinely enjoyed. The warmth of the mug in her hands, the gentle bubbling of the machine, and the satisfaction of saving hundreds a year brought her unexpected joy. It was a change that made her mornings brighter in every way. 4. Subscription services you don't use. Evelyn used to think that keeping multiple subscription services meant she'd always have access to entertainment. But over time, those monthly charges added up. She found herself scrolling endlessly through platforms, rarely watching anything. Her friends mentioned similar frustrations, sharing how they often forgot about subscriptions they weren't using. One rainy afternoon, Evelyn decided to review her accounts. She wrote down every subscription she paid for, streaming platforms, magazines, and even a meal kit she stopped using months ago. The total shocked her. Determined to make a change, she canceled the ones she barely used and kept only her favorite. If this sounds familiar, it's time to take a closer look at your subscriptions. Start by checking your bank statements for recurring charges. List everything, then ask yourself, do I truly use this? Canceling unused services might seem like a small step, but the savings add up quickly. Evelyn was relieved to see her bank account grow without those hidden costs draining it. She also felt lighter, knowing she was only paying for things she genuinely enjoyed. It gave her a sense of control, proving that small adjustments can make a big impact. 5. High-end skincare products. For years, Evelyn believed that expensive creams and serums were the key to keeping her skin youthful. Ads promised miraculous results, and she felt compelled to buy the most luxurious options. Yet, after trying countless products, her skin didn't look much different. Her daughter suggested researching affordable skincare brands with strong reviews. Evelyn hesitated at first, doubting that budget-friendly products could work. But after trying a simple moisturizer and sunscreen from the drugstore, she was amazed. Her skin felt just as soft and hydrated as it did with the pricier brands. If you've been spending too much on skincare, try simplifying your routine. Stick to essentials like a gentle cleanser, a moisturizer, and sunscreen. Look for affordable products with good reviews and avoid falling for extravagant claims. Your skin doesn't need a high price tag to stay healthy and glowing. Evelyn's newfound confidence didn't just come from saving money. It came from realizing she could achieve great results without overspending. Now, she focuses on consistency rather than cost, feeling empowered by the simple yet effective changes she made. 6. Pre-packaged convenience foods. Evelyn used to rely on frozen dinners and pre-packaged snacks for quick meals. They seemed like a convenient option, especially when cooking for one felt like too much effort. But as she reviewed her grocery bills, she realized how much more these items cost compared to fresh ingredients. One evening, a neighbor invited Evelyn over for dinner and shared a simple homemade soup recipe. Inspired, Evelyn started experimenting with easy dishes she could prepare in bulk and freeze for later. Soon, her freezer was filled with hearty soups, stews, and casseroles she made herself. If you find yourself buying pre-packaged foods out of convenience, consider making simple meals at home instead. Start with recipes that are easy to prepare, like soups or pasta dishes. Cook larger portions and store leftovers in containers for future meals. Evelyn discovered that cooking for herself wasn't just about saving money. It became a source of pride and joy. She felt healthier and more in control of her diet, knowing exactly what went into each meal. And with the extra savings, she treated herself to a special dinner out with friends, guilt-free. 7. Trendy clothes or accessories. Evelyn used to love shopping for clothes, often drawn to the latest trends. Every few months, she'd pick up a new scarf, blouse, or jacket, thinking it would update her wardrobe. But as she opened her closet one day, she realized many of these items still had tags. They didn't fit her lifestyle, and she rarely wore them. Her friend Clara introduced her to the concept of a capsule wardrobe, a smaller collection of timeless, versatile pieces that could be mixed and matched. Intrigued, Evelyn decided to give it a try. She started by sorting through her closet, keeping only the items she truly loved and wore regularly. Then, she invested in a few high-quality basics like a neutral cardigan, comfortable slacks, and a classic black dress. If you often buy trendy clothes that end up unworn, consider creating a capsule wardrobe. Start by decluttering. Keep what fits well and brings you joy. Then focus on timeless, versatile items that can be worn for multiple occasions. Shop secondhand or take advantage of sales to save money on essentials. Evelyn's shift in approach gave her more than just financial relief. It gave her a sense of clarity and confidence. She no longer felt pressured to keep up with trends, knowing her wardrobe reflected her true style. 8. Holiday decorations. Every year, every December, Evelyn found herself wandering through aisles of shiny new ornaments and festive decorations. Each year, she'd buy more to add to her growing collection, only to realize her storage space was running out. It became an expensive habit, and she started to feel guilty about the waste. One holiday season, her grandson suggested making their own decorations together. Using supplies from around the house, they created beautiful ornaments, wreaths, and garlands. Evelyn was surprised by how much fun it was, and how special the handmade decorations felt. If you're spending too much on holiday decor, try reusing what you already have or creating your own. Repurpose old decorations with a fresh twist, or craft new ones using items like paper, ribbons, and natural materials from your yard. Invite family or friends to join in, turning it into a memorable tradition. Evelyn found that scaling back on decorations didn't take away from the holiday spirit. In fact, it added to it. Her home felt warm and personal, and she cherished the memories made while crafting with her loved ones. 9. Unnecessary insurance add-ons. For years, Evelyn paid for several insurance policies without fully understanding the coverage. She assumed more was always better and didn't question the add-ons her provider recommended. But one day, while reviewing her bills, she noticed how much these extras were costing her. She decided to sit down with her insurance agent to go over her policies in detail. To her surprise, she discovered she was paying for duplicate coverage and unnecessary add-ons, like roadside assistance she never used. After adjusting her policies to reflect her actual needs, she saved hundreds of dollars annually. If you're unsure about your insurance coverage, take the time to review it with a trusted agent or family member. Focus on essentials like home, health, and auto insurance, and eliminate extras you don't use or need. Compare quotes from different providers to ensure you're getting the best deal. Evelyn's experience taught her the value of being proactive with her finances. By making a few adjustments, she freed up money for things that truly mattered, like a weekend getaway with her sister. She felt empowered knowing she had taken control of her expenses. 10 specialty kitchen gadgets. Evelyn used to love trying new recipes she found online, often buying specific kitchen gadgets to recreate the dishes perfectly. From avocado slicers to spiralizers, her drawers became cluttered with tools she only used once or twice. Each purchase seemed small, but over time, the costs added up, and most gadgets sat unused, collecting dust. One afternoon, while organizing her kitchen, Evelyn decided to simplify. She realized she only needed a few versatile tools: a good chef's knife, a sturdy cutting board, and a reliable mixing bowl. She donated the gadgets she rarely used, freeing up space and streamlining her cooking process. If your kitchen is packed with gadgets, consider paring down to essentials. Before buying a new tool, ask yourself, will I use this regularly? Focus on multi-purpose items that save time and space. For example, a blender can replace multiple appliances for smoothies, soups, and sauces. Evelyn found joy in cooking again, free from the overwhelm of unnecessary clutter. She also appreciated the extra savings, which she used to host a dinner party for her neighbors, sharing simple yet delicious meals made with her go-to tools. 11. Premium cable packages. For years, Evelyn subscribed to a premium cable package with hundreds of channels. She thought it was the best way to stay entertained, but she often found herself watching the same handful of channels, or none at all. The monthly cost became a constant frustration, especially as she noticed friends switching to more affordable options. One day, Evelyn's friend Carol introduced her to streaming services. After a little research, Evelyn canceled her cable and signed up for a few affordable platforms. She also discovered free options like library movie rentals and public broadcasting channels. To her surprise, she didn't miss her cable at all. If you're still paying for a premium cable package, explore alternatives. Look into streaming services that fit your interests, or try free options like YouTube or local library resources. Keep a few favorites but eliminate anything you rarely watch. Evelyn's decision to cut cable felt liberating. She no longer felt tied to an expensive bill and enjoyed discovering new shows and movies on her terms. The extra savings allowed her to treat herself to a weekend getaway, something she hadn't done in years. 12. Gift wrap and cards. Every birthday, holiday, or special occasion, Evelyn would buy fancy gift wrap, ribbons, and cards to give her presents an elegant touch. She loved making her gifts look beautiful, but couldn't ignore how quickly these small purchases added up. One day, while wrapping a gift for her granddaughter, Evelyn decided to get creative. She used an old map as wrapping paper, tied it with twine, and wrote a heartfelt note on plain paper. Her granddaughter loved it, calling it the most unique gift she'd ever received. From that moment, Evelyn embraced DIY wrapping. If you're spending too much on gift wrap and cards, consider alternatives. Use newspapers, fabric, or even brown paper bags for wrapping, and decorate them with items like dried flowers or handwritten messages. For cards, try crafting your own, or sending a thoughtful email instead. Evelyn found that her homemade touches were more meaningful than store-bought items. Her family and friends appreciated the thoughtfulness behind each gift, and she felt proud of her resourcefulness. Plus, the savings added up, giving her more flexibility in her budget. 13. Impulse buys at the grocery store. Evelyn always loved grocery shopping, especially when she came across new or exciting products. Bright packaging and special promotions often lured her into adding items she didn't need to her cart. Over time, she noticed her grocery bills climbing, even though she often ended up throwing out food she didn't use. One day, she decided to try something different. She started planning her meals for the week and writing a shopping list before heading to the store. She stuck to the list, avoiding the temptation to buy anything unplanned. It wasn't easy at first, but she soon found it became a habit that saved her both time and money. If you find yourself overspending at the grocery store, try these tips. Write a shopping list based on your weekly meals, avoid shopping when hungry, and stick to the perimeter of the store where fresh foods are usually located. These small steps can help you avoid impulse purchases and reduce waste. Evelyn was amazed at how much she saved by being intentional with her shopping. She felt more in control of her spending and loved the satisfaction of using everything she bought. Her pantry stayed organized, and her meals were fresher and more enjoyable. 14. Unused memberships. For years, Evelyn kept her gym membership, even though she rarely went. She thought she might start exercising more, but each month, the charge came and went without her stepping foot inside. The same was true for other memberships. She subscribed with good intentions, but didn't use them enough to justify the cost. After speaking with a friend, Evelyn realized she didn't need a gym to stay active. She started going for daily walks around her neighborhood and joined a free community yoga class held at the local library. She also reviewed her other memberships, canceling those she no longer needed. If you have unused memberships, take a moment to evaluate their value. Cancel subscriptions you don't use and look for free or low-cost alternatives, like community events or online classes. Staying active or engaged doesn't have to come with a hefty price tag. Evelyn felt a sense of freedom after cutting out unnecessary expenses. She stayed active, met new friends, and enjoyed the extra money in her budget. The changes were simple, but made her life feel lighter and more fulfilling. 15. Expensive gifts for family. Evelyn loved showering her children and grandchildren with gifts. Birthdays, holidays, and special occasions became opportunities to spoil them, but over time, she started feeling the financial strain. The joy of giving was overshadowed by the pressure to spend more than she could afford. One year, Evelyn decided to take a different approach. Instead of buying expensive gifts, she crafted personalized presents like photo albums, knitted scarves, and handwritten letters. She also started offering experiences like baking cookies with her grandchildren or taking them to the park. These gifts cost little, but meant the world to her family. If you feel obligated to spend a lot on gifts, consider creative and affordable alternatives. Handmade items, shared experiences, or even heartfelt notes can be more meaningful than expensive store-bought presents. Focus on the thought and effort behind the gift rather than the price tag. Evelyn discovered that her family appreciated the personal touches far more than extravagant gifts. The pressure to overspend disappeared, and she felt closer to her loved ones. By focusing on connection rather than cost, she brought more joy to every occasion. Evelyn's journey shows that small, thoughtful changes can lead to big transformations. By cutting unnecessary expenses, she gained financial freedom and peace of mind. Now it's your turn. Take control of your spending, simplify your life, and embrace new possibilities. Start today and rediscover the joy of living independently.